everyone, and welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be doing the best class setup for hardcore mode here in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So of course guys, on my YouTube channel, I do like to make weapon guides. However, I am going to be doing something a little bit different for this video, and that is, I am going to be making a weapon guide specifically designed around hardcore mode. And of course guys, the weapon that I am going to be talking about for this video is going to be the GKS submachine gun. The GKS submachine gun is a really good submachine gun in Black Ops 4, especially once you actually use it in hardcore mode. So that's how come I am going to be doing a hardcore weapon guide for the GKS submachine gun in Black Ops 4. So what I am going to be doing for this video is the first part of the video I am going to be talking a little bit about the GKS submachine gun. Then of course I am going to be showing off the created class, and then finally I am going to be doing a live commentary of me using this particular class in Black Ops 4. So guys, now I am going to be talking a little bit about the GKS submachine gun in Black Ops 4. So if you guys never used the GKS submachine gun, it's actually one of the first submachine guns that you unlock in the game. You unlock it at very low level, so that means as soon as you get Black Ops 4, if you don't already have it, you can use the GKS submachine gun right away. The GKS submachine gun is a good overall submachine gun in the game. The damage on the weapon is pretty good, as well as the fire rate is pretty moderate. However, what really stands out about the GKS submachine gun, and that's its recoil. The GKS submachine gun has basically non-existent recoil, it's extremely low, and it's very similar to the ICR-7 in that way, being that the recoil is extremely low, especially once you put on dual grip, which I will get to a little bit later in this video. And because of all those attributes, that's why the GKS submachine gun is extremely good for hardcore mode. Interestingly enough about the GKS, you can actually get pretty consistent one-shot kills if you are using it at close range. The recoil on it is very low, so that means you can take out enemies at medium to longer ranges very easily. And in many cases, the GKS acts kind of like a mix between an assault rifle and a submachine gun, and it's actually quite similar to the Type 100 from Call of Duty World War II. And if you've ever played hardcore mode in Call of Duty World War II, you would know that a lot of people use the Type 100 in hardcore, exponentially times more the amount of people that use the Type 100 in core. So yeah guys, now I am going to be showing off the created class that I have for this video, and it is going to be on your screen right now. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the created class that I have for this video. Of course I am going to be using the GKS, however I'm actually going to be using my variant of it, which is actually the GKS Damascus that you actually got in Operation First Strike. And I am going to be using Dark Matter camo. My first attachment is going to be a red dot sight, and that's just because the iron sights on the GKS actually aren't that bad. However, I do prefer using a red dot sight, especially since the weapon has very low recoil and means that you can be very accurate with a particular weapon. So that's how come I am going to be using a red dot sight, just so that way it's a little bit easier to be more precise with the weapon. My second attachment is going to be extended mags, and that's just because since you can take out an enemy within 1 to 3 shots in hardcore mode with a submachine gun, if you do have extended mags, you can take out multiple enemies without having to reload. This is extremely useful. So that means if you run into 2 to 3 different enemies, you can actually take them all out with one magazine and you don't have to reload. So that's how come I am going to be using extended mags. And then for my final 2 attachments, they're going to be grip as well as grip 2. Now that's just because although the GKS is a very low recoil weapon, if you put on grip as well as grip 2, it's going to be reducing that recoil even more so. And if you equip grip as well as grip 2, it's going to be getting rid of the side to side shake that the GKS has. So that's how come I am going to be using grip as well as grip 2. Moving over to my gear, I am going to be using acoustic sensor, and that's just because acoustic sensor amplifies the volume of enemies' footsteps. So if you are going to be playing hardcore mode, you do want to have that, just so that way it's a little bit easier to actually hear enemies approaching on you, as well as if you actually have a UAV up in the air, you will be getting the other benefit of acoustic sensor. However, if you guys would like to, feel free to go ahead and switch this out for stim shot, because if you do have stim shot, you can actually heal in hardcore mode. So if you want to switch this out for stim shot, feel free to go ahead and do so. Moving over to my perks, I am going to be using scavenger, and that's just because you don't want to run out of ammunition, so that's how come we are going to be using scavenger. And then lightweight is good, just so that way you can be a little bit more mobile. And then for my final perk, I am going to be using ghost, just so that way if the enemies do end up getting a UAV, you will still be off the radar. However, if you guys would like to, you can always switch this out for dead silence. It really just depends on your own personal preference. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for the commentary portion of this video. Now I am going to be switching over to a live commentary of me using this particular class in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So So yeah guys, enjoy the rest of the video. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are going to be joining up into a game, and this time we are going to be playing Hardcore Kill Confirmed here on Slums. And there we go, we just picked up a nice double kill, just to start off the game. And if you guys are wondering, the camo that I am using for this particular game is actually the reactive camo for the Kane-57 assault rifle, and I am using it on the GKS. If you guys want to use this particular camo, all you have to do is make it up to tier 20 of the current operation, and then you can unlock it for the Kane-57, and then you can use it for every single weapon in the game, which is really cool, as long as you have that weapon gold. And finally, I joined up into a game. I got into a game before this, however, it was actually a Hardcore Kill Confirmed game on Nuketown, but I joined up into the last 1 minute of the game, so I didn't keep any gameplay of that particular match. And that's the thing, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, and that is I am going to be using the Damascus variant of the GKS submachine gun, which actually is pretty neat in my opinion. It just changes the look of the GKS a little bit, and I want to switch it up a little bit. Usually I just use the standard version of the GKS, however, I want to do something a little bit different for this particular gameplay, and I am going to be using the Damascus variant of the GKS. And it looks like they're all over here. Alright, we're actually doing pretty well over here. Looks like they're all going to be down there, and they're actually trying to shoot down our UAV. And alright, we took him out. Unfortunately, I killed one of my teammates. And guys, that's going to be the game. I ended up going 9-2. I joined up pretty late into that particular game, so that's how come I wasn't able to get live kills in that game, but pretty nice KD in my opinion, and we were able to go on a little bit of a kill streak at the end of that game. It's a really good lobby, so I am going to be staying in this one, and I will see you guys when I join up into another game. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are going to be joining up into another game, and this time we are going to be playing Hardcore Kill Confirmed on Nuketown. And that's the thing, Nuketown is a really chaotic map by nature. However, once you join up into a hardcore playlist and you play hardcore on Nuketown, you will notice that everything just becomes a lot crazier because you can die in 1 to 3 shots with every single gun in the game, so it gets a little bit chaotic when you are playing hardcore Nuketown. And actually, this version of the Kane-57's reactive camo actually looks a little bit like max tier dark matter camo, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And if you guys were wondering how you can actually unlock the Kane-57's reactive camo, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, and that is you unlock it at tier 20 of the current operation, and then you have to get 5 kills with the Kane-57 with no attachments, and then once you do that, you will be unlocking this particular camo in the game, which honestly is a really nice camo, and I actually made a video on it, and I said that it was basically Cherry Fizz camo 2.0 in Black Ops 4, and that's pretty true honestly. If you take a look at this camo over here, and then you take a look at Cherry Fizz, they're actually quite similar. I think it is really neat in my opinion that we are seeing new camos being added into the game, because that's the thing. When Black Ops 4 originally released, there were really no camos in the game that you got that were not earned. It's not like we got Weaponized 115, which was in Black Ops 3, and you got that for pre-ordering a specific version of Black Ops 3, and we didn't have any supply drop camos or anything like that. So I think it is good that we're starting to see more of a variety in terms of camos and new camos being added into the game, and now you can equip the reactive camos on every single weapon in the game as long as you actually have gold camo on that particular weapon. And honestly, a lot of the reactive camos are some of the best camos in the game, so now you can equip them on different weapons and not just one. So yeah guys, that's where I'm going to be ending off this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like on it down below, as well as make sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on, so that way you guys will not miss a new upload from me. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one.